I actually watched it, and I felt, while watching it, I felt disgusted.
I think Eddie slipped him a contract. I think he slipped Christian Prenga a nice little contract.
I was thinking, bloody hell, the rematch looks cheap.
The Anthony Joshua vs. Christian Prenga fight has triggered heated debate across the boxing world, with several professionals questioning whether the matchup was truly fair and competitive. Critics claim the bout looked heavily one-sided from the opening bell, fueling speculation and accusations that the fight may have been staged or rigged.
It wasn't a good one.
The controversy surrounding Anthony Joshua's victory over Christian Prenga intensified after Joshua was knocked down twice before mounting a dramatic comeback. Prenga shocked the boxing world by flooring Joshua 2 times in the opening round, raising serious questions about whether the former heavyweight champion could recover. However, Joshua quickly turned the fight around, recovering from the setbacks and stopping Prenga in the second round. Despite the explosive comeback, the unpredictable and chaotic nature of the bout fueled widespread debate and speculation among boxing fans online.
Had no right to win that fight after what happened in the first 20-30 seconds. He was really badly hurt. There was a shot before the uppercut, and then the uppercut he didn't see. Down he went. I thought the legs had gone. I thought there was actually something wrong with his legs, or one of them, during that first round. He was knocked to the ropes. He could have been counted even then, because the ropes sort of held him up. Then he went down and was counted for a second time. I mean, it looks all over. I just don't know how he got through it. And maybe it's a myriad of what he's had to go through in his life in the last few months. Soul searching, unbelievable inner strength after his friends passed, and finding solace in the boxing ring. And when the chips were really badly down and he was fighting for his whole career, not just the Tyson Fury fight, but fighting for another opportunity, he found...
British sports broadcaster Simon Jordan raised serious questions about the way the fight unfolded. He pointed to the dramatic shift in momentum, noting that Christian Prenga was dropped twice early on but later appeared to take control of the pace. Jordan described the sudden change as difficult to understand and questioned whether everything that happened inside the ring was as straightforward as it appeared. Meanwhile, respected British boxing trainer Joe Gallagher admitted he was shocked by Anthony Joshua's performance. Joshua found himself in serious trouble after hitting the canvas multiple times, making his eventual comeback knockout even more remarkable. While Gallagher acknowledged the concerns surrounding Joshua's early vulnerability, he also praised the former heavyweight champion's resilience, composure, and ability to recover under intense pressure.
On AJ, I just want to ask you, at the end of the first round, obviously we spoke and we expected pretty comfortable nights for both Fury and Joshua. I mean, what was you thinking at the end of the first and then the end of the second, of course?
Well, the end of the first round, I think even you, everyone was just sat there, the jaw like, and it was seconds away from the career, everything over. And for him to come out, recuperate, and set about him, get his wits together and put a spectacular finish on it. But that first round, the whole crowd, everyone's, as heavy as the knockdown was, you could hear everyone's jaw hit the floor with it. I didn't see Eddie on the camera, but I'm sure he was a little bit startled as well. But what a 4 or 5 minutes of absolutely chaos we've just had in the ring there tonight. Unbelievable.
You've been in some world-class corners, and I mean, just that minute between the first and the second, how critical is that minute, and how impressive is it that he did turn it around in the way that he did?
No, exactly. Like I say, he listened to the team, got his head together, came out, and I don't think he really recovered from the first shot, and it was always in a little bit on Quay Street. But I just feel the determination, the resilience, the mental strength that he did have carried.
Reacting to Anthony Joshua's dramatic victory over Christian Prenga, Joe Gallagher admitted that the fight left him stunned, particularly because of its wild momentum swings. He compared the chaotic action to watching a debt at one point, highlighting just how difficult the fight was to process. Gallagher was especially surprised to see Joshua dropped early, only for the former heavyweight champion to regain his composure and storm back to secure a spectacular knockout victory.
Now, and landed a good shot, but it wasn't that. It was manhandling him and roughing him and headlocking him and everything else and throwing him. And sometimes we thought we were watching a WWE event sometimes, but like you say, he knocked AJ out of his rhythm earlier, but AJ got it back together and finished the job. And we all keep saying it's got to happen now, and if it doesn't happen now, then it'll never go to ever happen.
The fight also triggered strong reactions across social media, with TV personality Scotty T expressing his skepticism about what unfolded. In a post on X, he questioned whether Christian Prenga had been paid to lose, pointing to the fact that Prenga dropped Anthony Joshua twice despite having limited experience against elite opposition. His comments fueled further speculation among fans who believed the fight may have been arranged to help set up a future Joshua vs. Tyson Fury showdown. Fans quickly joined the debate, flooding social media with claims that the bout looked unusual. Some accused the fight of being rigged, pointing to Joshua being dropped early and questioning why Prenga appeared to change his approach so dramatically in the second round. Others suggested that the sudden shift in momentum was difficult to explain and only added to the suspicion surrounding the contest. However, veteran boxing broadcaster Adam Smith offered a different perspective, describing the fight as simply crazy because of its dramatic momentum swings. Smith was stunned to see Joshua drop twice in the opening round before the former champion recovered and produced a spectacular knockout in the second. Rather than focusing on the controversy, Smith praised the bout for delivering the unpredictability and excitement that makes heavyweight boxing so compelling. He highlighted Joshua's resilience and ability to overcome early adversity before ending the fight in spectacular fashion.
I think we'll look back at this as one of the most bizarre, crazy, ferocious, mad 5 minutes of AJ's career. But it was his 34th fight. He has always delivered entertainment, excitement, thrill a minute. I think back to the Dillian White fight when he was hurt and came back and knocked out his arch rival, the Klitschko fight, up and down, Andy Ruiz in the Garden, just so many times. Even when he laid out Francis Ngannou, just, you always get something with Anthony Joshua. The Daniel Dubois fight where he was down, but still in the end you thought he might get him, and then he was...
Eddie Hearn admitted that his emotions changed dramatically after Anthony Joshua was knocked down twice in the opening round against Christian Prenga. The Matchroom promoter revealed that his immediate reaction was to fear that Joshua's career could be over, particularly given everything the former heavyweight champion had endured following his serious car accident. However, Hearn still believed Joshua had a chance to recover if he could make it back to his corner. He pointed out that Prenga had used an enormous amount of energy during the opening round, potentially leaving him vulnerable later in the fight. Joshua ultimately proved Hearn right by storming back to score a stunning second-round knockout. Hearn described the comeback as extraordinary, praising Joshua's resilience, determination, composure, and devastating punching power under immense pressure.
Emotional 4 minutes of, certainly of my career, maybe even my life. So many emotions going through your mind in what we thought were like 2.5 minutes of, just unbelievable drama. I can't believe he found a way to win, honestly.
Watching that, it was like you were watching him fight for his career.
Yeah, well, he was. I mean, all week and kind of, you start thinking to yourself, is he come back too early, right? Because he needed boxing to kind of get over the grief, but also he hasn't got over the grief. Does that make sense? So but it's a quick fix and it's helped him so much. But, he goes down like that and it's like, did he come back too early? I mean, what do you have, 24 breaks in his ribs or something like that, And then I started thinking to myself, it's over, the career's over. And I actually thought to myself at one stage, what an unbelievable journey it's been. I'm so proud of him that he even made it back where it's all over. What a ride, to get back after what happened, so proud of him. And then when he made it back to the stall, I was like, if he can just get his legs, because one thing he's got that will never leave is concussive power. If he hits you once on the chin, the fight changes. And he hit Prenga about a minute before he stopped him with one right hand, and everything just changed. Started to back up a little, and the knockout was absolute. I mean, that's what he does, And I know he shows signs of vulnerabilities at times, and I know that he makes mistakes, but he can knock you out cold at any moment. And when he fights Tyson Fury, that's the kind of fight it's going to be. I know after watching last night, I make AJ a big favourite. Now you watch that tonight, it's like, but that's just how it's going to be. They're going to go in there, they're going to have a war. And I stand by. If he lands on the chin, it's all over. But he's got to be better because Fury's better than Prenga. He don't punch as hard.
However, Alistair Overeem viewed the Anthony Joshua vs. Christian Prenga matchup as a compelling contest that showcased determination, strength, and sportsmanship. The action kept the audience engaged as both fighters demonstrated skill, discipline, and confidence throughout the bout. Overeem highlighted the experience and powerful technique on display, while Joshua impressed with his athleticism, accuracy, and composure under pressure. Prenga also showed tremendous courage, standing his ground and continuing to compete with heart against a highly experienced opponent. The electric atmosphere reflected the excitement of the crowd, with fans reacting to every exchange and celebrating the intensity of the heavyweight action.
Boxing for example, like joined by the legendary Alistair Overeem. I mean, can you just describe what we've just seen there? I think it was 3 knockdowns that got scored, and then AJ pulls out of the bag. What do you make of that performance?
A beautiful comeback story, because he made the comeback into the fight and then a comeback in the fight. Hard punches, respected Prenga, he went for it, right? Damaged AJ early, tried to finish him. Came to three counts, but then AJ just came back, clipped him, jab, right straight, finished him with the right hook. Beautiful.
Alistair, you're a fighter yourself. I mean, how good could that knockout be in terms of for AJ's confidence and feeling sure of himself? How good could that be for him?
Well, it was needed, but I think his confidence was beforehand already. I look at it a little bit different from a fighter's perspective. You can kind of see whose confidence will have. Both had confidence, but it's important to cement it, and he did that with those.
Ryan Garcia also praised Anthony Joshua following his dramatic comeback victory over Christian Prenga. In a post on X, Garcia applauded Joshua's resilience and fighting spirit, emphasizing the amount of heart Joshua showed by recovering from the adversity he faced during the bout. Jake Paul also congratulated Joshua, acknowledging the difficult period the former heavyweight champion has experienced in recent months. Paul expressed happiness for Joshua and praised him for overcoming those challenges to secure a major victory. Meanwhile, Christian Prenga appeared visibly emotional after the defeat. Having stunned Joshua with 2 knockdowns in the opening round, Prenga was unable to maintain his momentum and was stopped in the second round. His reaction afterward reflected the disappointment of coming so close to what could have been a career-changing upset before seeing the opportunity disappear so quickly.
Good job, Lovely to meet you guys, and you guys are very respectful guys. Good job. Good luck with the future, man. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Keep your head up. Take one after, that's okay.
Yalla, Seth, go. خلاص بابا. Okay.
You think you showed them Albanian power? The Albanian power.
Guys, تعالوا يلا.
I don't show them. If I show them, I need to win.
You still okay? You win. This is comfortable.
You showed us that you fight from your heart. It's more than enough. Okay, start before the meeting.
Seth, حوصلت.
Please start before the meeting. Yeah, very good. Yes. No. Let's go. Never.
Anthony Joshua admitted that the first knockdown came as a major shock, but he insisted that he never stopped believing he could turn the fight around. Looking back on the dramatic opening round against Christian Prenga, Joshua said he felt a higher power was helping him recover and refused to surrender despite being hurt. Joshua also praised Prenga's punching power, describing him as a strong opponent who gave him a serious test. The former heavyweight champion emphasized that knockdowns are simply part of boxing and that what truly matters is having the determination to get back to your feet, continue fighting, and find a way to win.
Boxing, anything can happen, but you're not expecting that to happen. So when that does happen and you get hit with that uppercut in the first 20 seconds, does the game plan shift, does the mentality shift, or what are you thinking in there?
Break him down. It's a 12-round fight. It's happened in the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So I just thought break him down, take my time. I had the game plan to knock him out, but I just wanted to do it when the time presented itself, and I had to kind of just like toughen up a bit because his time come earlier than me. So I was like, hang on a minute, this wasn't part of the script. So tighten up, be tough, and be patient, because if I get through this moment, my time will come, and it did in the second round.
You stayed very composed. Did you ever for a second doubt that you would be having your hand raised by the time the final bell rings?
No. I knew it was going to be tough because of the situation I found myself in, but I got it done in the end.
And one thing that I wanted to, quickly touch on, I think towards the end of the first round, you went to the corner, you came out, you pointed to the ground where the sinner and lats were mentioned on the canvas, and then you pointed to your heart.
Swear.
Yeah, that's what you did. I've seen the clip back.
I want to see that, but that's my bros. Like they're my.
Alexander Usyk dismissed concerns about Anthony Joshua being knocked down twice by Christian Prenga, arguing that the knockdowns were not the defining part of the fight. Instead, Usyk emphasized that Joshua got back to his feet, recovered from the adversity, and ultimately secured the victory. The Ukrainian heavyweight praised Joshua's resilience and described the knockdowns as simply part of boxing. Usyk acknowledged that the opening round presented Joshua with a difficult challenge, but stressed that true champions are measured by how they respond when facing adversity. For Usyk, Joshua's ability to recover and come back to win was far more important than the setbacks he suffered early in the bout.
Phone, and on the back of the phone, guys, it says one thing: undisputed. And Alexander, is that for Anthony Joshua?
And Anthony Joshua is next undisputed champion.
Anthony Joshua's next undisputed champion. Tell me, what was you thinking when he went down in the first round?
First round, it's test, but AJ back. Yeah, it's boxing, it's boxing, back uppercut, good, it's a knockdown, yeah.
Usyk added that Joshua had demonstrated the mindset and resilience of a true fighter by overcoming adversity and finding a way to win. He also backed Joshua to carry that renewed confidence and determination into a potential future showdown with Tyson Fury.
AJ, I was even worried.
Greedy belly, I know, you now will speak, ow, you have cheese like weak chin, blah, blah, blah. Greedy belly, get out.
Anthony Joshua wasted no time calling out Tyson Fury following his dramatic knockout victory over Christian Prenga, making it clear that the long-awaited all-British heavyweight showdown remains his top priority. Speaking immediately after the fight, Joshua asked, "Tyson Fury fight?" and made it clear that he respects everything Fury has accomplished throughout his career. However, Joshua believes the time has finally arrived for the two British heavyweights to settle their long-running rivalry inside the ring. Joshua also promised fans that they would be in for a treat, signaling his strong desire to make the blockbuster matchup happen. With both camps reportedly indicating that a deal is in place, anticipation continues to build around a potential Joshua vs. Fury showdown later this year. For Joshua, the message was simple: Tyson Fury is the fight he wants next.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, I spoke to Spencer Brown here, and he said the quote, the big GK will be licking his lips after seeing that performance.
Let's go then, let's go. That's what I'm saying. If he's licking his lips, this steak's ready. This steak is ready. Ready to be served, ready to be put on a platter. Let's go.
Are you licking your lips at Tyson Fury?
100%.
Did you see his performance against Marisvac?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
Performance against Matt Budog.
Were you licking? Was the landlord licking his lips at that?
Yeah, I was.
How do you think that fight goes? Obviously, 15 years in the making.
I think, yeah. Let's not talk too much, but I'll be ready.
Let's talk more action.
Alistair Overeem has also backed Anthony Joshua to defeat Tyson Fury, saying he believes Joshua possesses the qualities needed to win the long-awaited heavyweight showdown. The former UFC and kickboxing champion praised Joshua's power, determination, and ability to overcome adversity, particularly after his dramatic comeback victory over Christian Prenga. Overeem believes Joshua's resilience demonstrated the mindset of a true champion and could give him a major boost heading into a potential clash with Fury. While recognizing Fury's elite boxing ability, experience, and awkward style, Overeem feels Joshua's recent performances have restored his confidence and momentum. As a result, Overeem is picking Joshua to emerge victorious in what could become one of the biggest fights in boxing.
Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I mean, which way do you lean? They've both fought today and yesterday. Who do you favour in that fight?
Well, I trained with Team Usyk, so I have to, of course, lean for